ABC 17 News This Morning on Fox 22 KQFX starts now.
9 a.m. on this Sunday morning, and here are the stories that we're following today. We have the latest on the conflict in Ukraine and what's happening with Russia this morning. Plus, a man is behind bars after a shooting in South Colombia yesterday afternoon. And we have the latest on the destruction that hit Iowa and the severe weather which rocked the Midwest last night. Good morning, Mid-Missouri, and thanks for joining us this morning on ABC 17 News on Fox 22. I'm Meghan Drakis.
I'm Storm Track forecaster Nate Splater.
And Nate, we are off to a bit of a warmer start today, but unfortunately temperatures are going to go down and we might even see some snow tomorrow.
Yeah, so we're kind of seasonal for this time of year into March. That's just behind our system. Yesterday, we were actually very warm for the early March days here yesterday. We were actually all the way to the 70s, but you can see we have managed to almost slip to freezing for some of us. That actually, we did even slip below that earlier this morning, but recovering nicely as that front gets further away from us. So as you're headed out the rest of today, might not need as heavy of those layers. You can see we'll make it all the way to those lower 50s this afternoon, and that warm air is actually just going to set us up for another set of some storms this evening. That is going to start right around 4 or 5 p.m. just before dinner time and get very widespread overnight tonight. And if this lingers, like Megan mentioned, could even deal with some snow early tomorrow morning. Not probably going to see the most impacts there. We really will want to keep an eye on this severe threat all the way up to a 3 out of a 5 for southern Missouri. A little bit closer to home, we're still seeing that 1 out of 5 risk along the I-44 corridor, and I'll break down what that means for the forecast for mid-Missouri coming up in my weather on the 7s.
A third round of talks between Russia and Ukraine is set to take place tomorrow. Russian President Vladimir Putin is warning that the Ukrainian statehood is in jeopardy and is blaming U.S. sanctions. ABC's Karina Mitchell has more on the story.
Potential new trouble in the worsening relations between the U.S. and Russia. WNBA All-Star Brittany Griner is in the custody of Russian authorities after they say they found vape cartridges containing cannabis oil while searching her luggage at an airport near Moscow. The State Department says they're aware of her arrest and will be doing whatever they can to help. The arrest comes as Russia continues its push into Ukraine. President Joe Biden speaking with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Biden says his administration is working closely with Congress to secure additional funding to help Ukraine. The UN estimated that by Saturday night, as many as 1.5 million people will have left Ukraine, with more than 750,000 people entering Poland. But as many people leave, many others stay behind to fight. In Kyiv, hundreds of men lined up ready to join the Ukrainian army.
We know why we are here. We know why we defend our country. And our guys that are actually standing there and fighting Russian military forces, they know what they are doing. Those guys, they don't. We know what we are doing, and that's why we will win.
Meantime, Russian President Vladimir Putin warning a no-fly zone over Ukraine would constitute a declaration of war. Both Visa and MasterCard suspending operations in the country. The U.S. State Department warning all Americans to leave as soon as they can. Karina Mitchell, ABC News, New York.
Now turning more locally this morning, one man is behind bars after a shooting yesterday afternoon in South Colombia. Police were called to the scene around 2 yesterday afternoon in the 100 block of East Poplar Hill Drive. Residents in the area told us the neighborhood there is usually quiet and they don't hear much about crime. One couple said they were good friends with the man who was hurt and told us he was shot in the back after attempting to get his dog back from across the road.
I heard some, what I thought was fireworks. Turned out to be shots, multiple shots. My dogs went crazy. I looked out the window. I didn't see anything. I went upstairs, and then when I came back down, looked out the window again. There's 3 police officers on top of the guy trying to hold him down to get the cuffs on him. They had a very hard time. He was very much resisting arrest.
Police say the man was taken to the hospital to be treated for his injuries. If you have any additional information, you're encouraged to call the Columbia Police Department or Crime Stoppers to remain anonymous. We're continuing to search for more answers this morning surrounding a death investigation in North Columbia. Police were on scene near Moser's along Rangeline Street just after 2 p.m. yesterday and were investigating for around 5 hours. Police confirmed they were on scene for a death investigation, but did not give us any more details on the person in question or how they died. So far, no suspect or victim information has been released. Overnight, Columbia reported a power outage in the southeast part of the city. Columbia reported the outage started around 8:45 last night and affected 755 customers. Water and Light said the outages stemmed from a breaker at one of its substations. The outage map reported power was restored to residents this morning around 12:30. And turning to America this morning, 6 people are dead and 4 others are hurt after a tornado hit central Iowa yesterday. Authorities say the tornado touched down in an area southwest of Des Moines and killed both children and adults in its path. Officials say 25 to 30 homes were badly damaged by the tornado and storms which lasted for hours. The area now has an emergency shelter set up for people who were displaced by the storms.
The fire departments, local law enforcement, state law enforcement, everyone's been really great coming to help us here in Madison County.
Officials say emergency responders are continuing to perform search and rescue operations in the area. And tomorrow marks the start of the Severe Weather Preparedness Week, which is put into place to remind you to plan and prepare ahead of any dangerous storms. This past December, severe storms and 6 confirmed tornadoes rolled through multiple states, including here in Missouri, which left 2 people dead. Hundreds of homes and buildings, as well as 20 large transmission towers, were damaged in the storms, which served as a reminder that deadly storms can hit at any time of the year. This week, local emergency officials encouraged you to learn more about severe weather and how to protect yourself for when it happens. This Tuesday, the state will be holding its annual tornado drill at 10 in the morning, and outdoor sirens will be able to be heard all across the Show Me State. And the time right now is 9:07, and it'll be a cooler Sunday behind yesterday's storms as more rain moves in this evening. ABC Storm Track forecaster Nate Splater is tracking the rainy end of your weekend and your weather on the 7s. Nate?
Yeah, we are tracking a